And we're joined right now by Lyn Fine-McCarthy, who is the Executive Director of the St. Vincent's Medical Center Foundation. Lyn, welcome.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me today. I'm so happy to be here and talk about our marathon tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, tomorrow. When we were just talking off air how much planning it must take to plan Swim Across the Sound every year.
We start planning in January, so It's been a good 6-7 months. We have a wonderful marathon committee. We have wonderful staff at the foundation. And I'm proud to say that tomorrow morning at 8:15, we will be putting 150 swimmers in the water at Port Jefferson. I'll have 87 boats. We'll have escort boats that will escort the swimmers, as well as guide boats to make sure the perimeter stays within a quarter of a mile. And they'll start their swim over to Bridgeport and Captain's Cove.
Wow. Now, tell us some of the history of this. How did Swim get started?
Swim got started 28 years ago, so our anniversary is number 28, with 3 swimmers, 3 Boston College students, and 2 boats. And one of the boats sunk along the way. The other boat made it with the swimmers, believe it or not. And before they got in the water, they had come to the hospital and they said, you know, we have an idea. Let's swim across the Sound, and we're going to raise money for cancer. So 3 swimmers and 2 boats, as I just said, turned into 150 swimmers and close to 100 boats. And we raised, just for the marathon alone, close to $300,000.
Wow.
So I do need to give a shout out to all of our swimmers. They do all the fundraising. We have 4 solos, one from Mexico that landed yesterday morning, and he's here, and I'm going to meet him right after I leave here today. And the solos raised $1,500. We have 4 2-person relays. They raise $3,500. Then we have 4, 5, and 6-person relays, and they raise $7,500.
Wow.
Have you talked to anybody about how taxing this has to be to swim across the Sound?
I have. But I'm going to share a quote with both of you that a swimmer said to me after the first marathon that I was involved with. And it was about 4 o'clock on marathon day. And this particular swimmer got out of the water. And, we waited till he caught his breath and, got himself together. And we said, so, really, tell me the truth. I mean, how was it? And he just looked me right in the eye, and he said, Lyn, if this was one day that I had to suffer, it's nothing to what my son is suffering with, who has leukemia.
Wow.
So that kind of put the whole marathon in perspective. So all these swimmers, all these boat captains are raising money and donating their time for us, the foundation, and the swim to help patients with cancer.
And tell us where that money goes to, some of the ways that it helps cancer patients.
So I am humbled and privileged to sit in a swim meeting on Tuesday mornings at the hospital. And what happens at those meetings is the money that we raise through the marathon and other events that happen, the entire year, goes to patients for not medical bills, but for a mortgage payment, a utility payment, a fuel payment, a daycare payment. We had a young mom with breast cancer, single mom, 2 kids, undergoing chemo and radiation this summer, was beside herself. She didn't know what she was going to do with her kids. She applied to the swim, and we're sending the kids to camp.
Wow.
This summer.
Yeah, you're really picking up the expenses that fall into gaps.
We are. Because the goal at St. Vincent's is we want the patients to concentrate on their illness and getting well. I don't want them to worry about their mortgage. I don't want them to worry about their electricity is going to get turned off. They're not going to have heat in the house last summer. So we are the safety net. We are able to provide a lot of mammograms, ultrasounds to women to detect early cancer, thousands of survivorship programs, acupuncture, nutritional counseling, massage, and the patients would not be able to have that for the swim. So I invite everybody all the public, everybody that's listening, please come down to Captain's Cove tomorrow, anytime after 2:30. There's a children's tent sponsored by GE, so thank you to GE for that. Face painting, balloons, make your own sundae, which I missed last year. I have to make sure I get there.
Don't
this
miss
year.
that.
Don't miss that.
Don't
That's
miss
one of the
that.
best parts.
And come cheer on the swimmers. They'll love to see you there, and you'll feel good to know that you're there to help us and help the community and help these swimmers just do the wonderful things that they're doing, because I have the best job ever. I'm the one that helps hand out the money, but if it's not for the swimmers and for the community and for everything that everybody does for us, the swim wouldn't be the swim. So we're 28 years, and it's been 28 wonderful years. So as I said, I invite everybody, come down tomorrow if you get a chance. It's a great afternoon. The weather's going to be great, and cheer our swimmers on.
Yeah, and it really is. I mean, as you said, it's become a community event. I know we have some photos from past years, and it just looks like a blast.
It is a blast, and it's going to be more of a blast because the weather's going to cooperate this year.
It is. It's going to be nice tomorrow.
So we're forever grateful. So again, I thank you for inviting me down and letting me talk about the swim and the marathon. And again, I just want to thank all of our volunteers, all of our boat captains, all of our swimmers, for the wonderful work that you're doing, to help us help cancer patients.
A lot of organization, a great event.
Now, again, tell us how people can find out more about tomorrow, or just the times they need to know.
Okay, so first thing, you could go onto our website, www.swimacrossthesound, and all the information is there. But the first swimmers will start to come in, weather permitting, about 2:30, and they'll be coming in from 2:30 up until 6 or 7. So our youngest swimmer this year, I do have to say this, is 15, and our oldest is 71. And she's a
Wow.
solo, by the way. So
That's incredible.
That's incredible, yes. I met her last night. So again, it's just going to be a great, great day, and I want everybody to come down and join us.
All right. Well, Lyn Fine-McCarthy of St. Vincent's Medical Center Foundation, thank you so much for coming on Coffee Break today.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. It was
All
a
right.
pleasure.
Tomorrow's going to be great, but we are going to take a break right now, and we'll be back with more Coffee Break after this.